All right.
That is a very confident team by the sound of it in their huddle. We've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. Just a single game here at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Spurs. They're hungry for wins and have to look at this as a great chance. Facing another struggling team, we'll see if they can seize the opportunity.
When I look at San Antonio, they've just confounded their hometown fans. I mean, this was not a team that was supposed to be on the bottom looking up.
Yeah, it's too bad for their fans because I think they felt like this would be a good season, one that they could be excited about and maybe even look to the future for even better times. But this has been a real struggle to this point.
A look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. The great trio in the front court, Rudy Gay, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol. Tony Wroten out there with Conley. And for San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard and DeJuan Blair at the forwards. Tony Parker is out there with Brown, and it's Mullins in at the 5 spot. Now here's Parker. Clock at 6. .158 left in the first. Brown, good.
A lot of points for them here early in the first quarter. I mean, this could get ugly.
Yeah, they sure could. They're on quite a pace right now, and judging by their lead, this game could get out of hand in a hurry.
And here is Wroten. After the three-pointer from Shannon Brown.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Grizzlies have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
The free throw drops for Wroten. The Spurs making a switch here. Good on both. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the first. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me he looks forward to games like this, saying this is a team we're facing that really knows how to play and how to execute their offense. And certainly at our best, we can do the same thing. So for an old school guy like myself, it really makes the game enjoyable. It becomes a mental challenge as much as a physical one. A great point, guys. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
And they really are great, Kevin. I mean, they pose some matchup nightmares over there.
Which is exactly why the coach harped on that to his guys, fellas. I mean, they need to be ready to challenge every jump shot. These guys just shoot it too well.
The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You look at the Grizzlies. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happened. And, of course, the Spurs, sitting directly below them, just 1 spot down.
You know, for the Grizzlies, they've been as flat as they can be this season. It might be time not just for some lineup changes, but a major overhaul.
Yeah, you might be right, Clark, because you can see that there's no spark to this club. Nothing seems to be clicking. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big changes.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Len.
Oh, how about that, basketball fan?
Beautiful.
Wow. And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for...
They've got to tighten things up here.
That was a nice replay, brought to you by Sprite. Now Brown. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Takes a 3. And that's collected by Gay. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They can be proud of the way they battled at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short.
So it's San Antonio now, following the miss by Michael Conley. Both teams deciding to change it up. The Grizzlies trail by 10. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it to Curry. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Curry's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up, most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Here is Anderson. Parker outside. Over Conley, and that one's good. Parker's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that's his shot. He is really proficient from that mid-range.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Spurs lead by 10. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Next Tuesday, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Be there.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Curry in at small forward. Randolph and Gasol are down low. Tony Roten out there with Conley. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hi, guys. Smooth in their last game against the Spurs ended up having a lot of troubles. He finished with a handful of points and added a couple of rebounds with that. This has been a concern of his and the coaching staff lately, as he's hit a very rough patch and will be looking to turn things around in this one. Let's see if he does it, Kevin.
Doris, thanks. And Clark, we all know he wants to come out here and move on.
And you have to, Kevin. I mean, last game was last game. You got to forget about it. Tonight's a whole nother story. And we'll be watching how he approaches it.
That's one of the biggest things in the NBA. 82 games, you're going to have some bad ones. So how you respond to adversity really defines you as a player.
Gasol kicks to Randolph. Blair on him. Conley left side. Just 5 on the clock. Roten got it. Good job in the low post. Roten's got 10 points in the game.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? Michael Conley is third.
Boy, he's really done a nice job of looking for